Have you ever looked forward to a new job, only to discover that the biggest challenge wasn't the work? It was your manager? You're not alone. Many professionals don't leave because they dislike their job. They leave because they no longer enjoy working for the person leading them. That's why today's topic is so important. We're talking about 10 toxic management behaviors that can quietly damage your confidence, limit your growth, and even derail your career if you don't recognize them early. This isn't about criticizing leaders. It's about helping professionals identify unhealthy leadership patterns so they can make informed career decisions. Let's get started. The first toxic management behavior is micromanagement. A good manager provides direction. A great manager builds trust. A toxic manager wants to control every email, every meeting, every decision. Eventually, employees stop thinking for themselves because they know every action will be questioned. Healthy leaders create independence. Micromanagers create dependence. The second warning sign is public criticism. Everyone needs feedback. That's how we grow. But there's a difference between coaching someone privately and embarrassing them in front of the team. Great leaders protect people's dignity while helping them improve. Toxic leaders often confuse humiliation with accountability. The third behavior is taking credit for other people's work. Have you ever worked hard on a project, only to watch your manager present it as their own? Nothing destroys motivation faster. The best leaders shine a spotlight on their teams. They celebrate success instead of collecting it. Leadership is about lifting others, not standing on them. The fourth warning sign is leading through fear. Some managers believe fear creates performance. They threaten jobs. They discourage questions. They make people afraid to make mistakes. Fear may create short-term compliance, but it destroys creativity, confidence, and innovation over time. The fifth behavior is constantly changing expectations. One week you're told to prioritize speed. The next week it's quality. Then suddenly neither matters because priorities have changed again. Without clear direction, employees spend more time guessing than succeeding. Strong leadership creates clarity. The sixth toxic behavior is favoritism. Every workplace has high performers, but healthy organizations reward performance, not personal relationships. When promotions, opportunities, and recognition consistently go to the same people regardless of results, trust begins to disappear. Fairness is one of the foundations of good leadership. The seventh warning sign is refusing to accept responsibility. Great leaders own mistakes. They learn from them. They improve. Toxic leaders look for someone else to blame. If every problem is always someone else's fault, pay attention. Accountability starts at the top. The eighth behavior is discouraging employee growth. Strong managers want their team members to become more capable. They encourage learning, support development, celebrate promotions. Toxic managers sometimes do the opposite. They fear losing talented employees, or they worry about being overshadowed. A confident leader builds future leaders. The ninth warning sign is ignoring employee well-being. Hard work is part of every career, but burnout should never become the expectation. Managers who ignore exhaustion, expect constant overtime, or treat work-life balance as weakness often create environments where talented employees eventually leave. Long-term success requires sustainable performance. Finally, the 10th warning sign. Employees no longer feel safe speaking honestly. This is one of the most damaging signs of all. People stop asking questions, stop sharing ideas, stop admitting mistakes. Not because they don't care, but because they're afraid. Healthy workplaces encourage honest conversations. Toxic ones silence them. Now here's something important. Every manager has bad days. Every leader makes mistakes. One difficult conversation doesn't automatically mean you have a toxic manager. Look for patterns. Patterns tell the real story. So, what can you do if you recognize several of these behaviors? First, don't panic. Focus on what you can control. Continue building your skills. Document your achievements. Expand your professional network. Find mentors inside or outside your organization. Keep your LinkedIn profile updated. Maintain an up-to-date CV. The stronger your career foundation becomes, the more choices you'll have if circumstances change. Remember, Career security isn't about hoping you'll always have the perfect manager. It's about making sure your future isn't dependent on one person. Because managers change, companies change, industries change. But the knowledge you gain, the reputation you build, and the skills you develop stay with you. I'd like to leave you with one question. Think about the best manager you've ever had. What did they do that helped you become better? Now think about the opposite. The difference between those two experiences can teach you more about leadership than almost any textbook ever could. If today's video gave you a new perspective on workplace leadership, you'll find more practical career articles, professional resources, and career development tools through the Work Ready Hub website linked in the channel's profile. Thank you for watching. Keep learning, keep growing, and remember, protect your career before problems become crises.